In June 2013, Edward Snowden gave his famous interview that disclosed the extent of domestic spying by the American National Security Agency, the N.S.A. At the time, he was holed up at the Mirror Hotel in Hong Kong. Then, he suddenly seemed to disappear from the radar. We found out where he went.
I had come to a view that for Edward's safety and security, placing him in an environment with people that society, different governments would most unlikely or not even consider looking, and that would be the asylum seeker community.
I let Edward Snowden stay in my home, and I give some clothes, cook for him, and I never told to anyone he stay in my home.
He sleep in my room. I give to him my room, then I sleep living room.
I always try to stay at home. I know leave home. Even if we leave, we try to not stay out more than 10 or 15 minutes. So that's the way we always be alert. Who's on the building, who's on around. Yeah.
So you were always watching over him?
Always.
Contacted through his Hong Kong lawyer, Snowden told Handelsblatt the previously untold story of how he survived undetected for those 2 weeks in one of the world's most busy cities. He hid in Hong Kong, shielded by refugees who had nothing to their names and everything to lose.
Without hesitation, the asylum seekers recognized that Edward was extremely vulnerable, and that they understood that he had disclosed information of significant public interest.
I think he did the things not for all American, for all the world. It's the best things he did. So everybody have the private life, everybody have the personal life. This is what you get, the independent freedom. So somebody interrupt your freedom, independence is wrong.
During his stay, Snowden hardly moved. He left his hideaway in the refugee district only to switch to the next safe house. His keepers kept him fed, but otherwise had little contact with him.
Mr. Snowden told me his lawyer, Mr. Thibault, had told him he has to leave my home later that day, and I feel so sad. And Edward Snowden's face was also sad and scared. I was also worried about if he would be safe after he left and where he would stay.
When he said, I go outside, no have the life. If he stay in the room, he have life. He can alive. If go outside, he must be somebody kill him.
3 years later, from his refuge in Moscow, Snowden is now telling the world the rest of his story, in part to highlight the desperate plight of the good refugees of Hong Kong.
There are about 12,000 asylum seekers seeking refuge in Hong Kong, and as such, they exist in Hong Kong with very limited rights. For example, they're not allowed to work. Very often you have asylum seekers who don't have any baby formula, milk formula. There are cases where they need certain medications which the hospital authority, the government, refuses to provide or to pay for. With an effective 0% acceptance rate of refugees, you have a system that when asylum seekers come in, they learn very quickly that there's no hope.